What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. So today, well, okay, it's not another ordinary video. It's episode 2 of the Roblox tutorial. So today we're learning about, well, yeah, today we're learning about properties and how to change them through scripts. So yeah, so brick color. It's basically like the base color. Like we can change it to that color. 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 And yeah, but this is the base color. So in here we can like make it lighter or darker. And yeah, material. There's a bunch of different materials. So basically what material is kind of like an extra like texture look. So if I put brick, it would turn out like a bunch of bricks. If I put carpet, it would come out like a carpet. If I do salt, um, yeah. And if I do snow, it looks like snow. And really, the best color to go with that is pearl, in my opinion. But let's change it back to this one. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, material variant is just a variant of any material, but don't use that. Reflectance is how much, like, how good, oh, like a part reflects light. Transparency is, what do you think? It's transparency between a value of 0 and 1. So if it's like 0.5, then it can be, and it's half transparent. If it's fully transparent, then the value would be set to 1. But yeah. It's okay, so now we're in data. So data, okay, so this one means that, literally that just gave me that, so it means if, so really this should be checked at all times. So, yeah. Basically it means if it can be like cloned or any if it's, um, anything below it can be cloned, or in it, I meant. So yeah. Oh, no, no, no. Okay. Lots. Dude, stop. So, yeah, that means if it can be selected, if it is, then you literally can't. Oh, oh no. Oh, okay. But if it's not, then you can select it all you want. And then name, it's literally its name, so we can do like basic part. And then its parent would be whatever it's under. So right now it's under workspace. And how you can check what its parent is either by that or you can close like a very big thing and see that's not there, but then it would be there when it's up. Resizable faces, can't do anything about that. Can't do anything about that. And unique ID is the identifier for that. So size, it's the size and studs of what it would look like. So basically, we can do 1 by 1 by 1, and this would give us a tiny little block. And then yeah, Z-frame, its position and orientation. Origin, position and orientation. Really, this should like match whatever the C-frame is, but if it doesn't, then I know what to say. Alright, pivot offset. This one, oh no, this one's kind of weird, because if we set the position offset to like 0.2, I meant no, 0, comma 2, comma 0, then it would look Like if this thing had an offset of two studs in the y-axis. So if you don't know what a if you don't know what XYZ is, then let's just put it out like this. So we're looking at the front, bro. Um, so we're looking at the front right here. So you see this little letter X, this little letter Y, and in the distance, little Z. So X and Y is 2D, and X, Y, and Z is 3D. So X and Y, which means X is left and right, Y is up and down, but X, Y, and Z means same thing as 2D, but Z is um how do I say it? Depth. So yeah, but also yeah, orientation is literally rotation. It can be rotated on any type of thing imaginable. Why does it look like that? But yeah, enable fluid forces. This me so basically just tell you that. So it says used to enable or disable aerodynamic forces on parts and assemblies. Yeah. Can collide means if it's checked, then you can collide with that part, but if it's not, then you can't. Can't touch is okay. So can touch means like you can't. Like can touch means like okay. This is kind of weird. Can touch means that like a yeah like that. So in a script there'd be like this part when touched basically, but if it's not like that, like if you can't touch it, then the thing is it won't fire. Audio can collide. Yeah, didn't really know. But it says determines whether the part can physically interact with the object. Why'd it move? Um, collision group. This shouldn't be changed at all. But yeah. Okay, anchored. This means when we go here. So it'll start playing the experience. I said test here. So yeah, if it's not anchored, then it won't be like that. Why did my toolbox open? But if it is anchored, then it'll just float in the air because it's anchored to that exact position. So yeah. Okay, where were we at? Where were we at? We're all the way down here. Okay, so center of mass, I can't do anything for that. Current physical, I can't do anything for that. Custom physical, several physical parts. So yeah, it's the several different physical properties. I do not know what that is, so please do not ask me. You gotta search that up on Google, Edge, whatever you use. Mass, no, massless. And because if it's massless, then it got no weight, so it's just gonna float in the air. But root priority. Okay, that just gave it away. And shape. It's a block, or it can be a ball, corner wedge, a cylinder, or just a wedge. We'll just keep it at ball for now. So, does that say velocity? Yeah, so basically what that is so let's say if this was a thing, or say if we have like a big long part. So we have the x, y, and z. So assembly linear velocity means like if anything on top of it can move in a certain direction, like you can either move Well, yeah. So it can move. So like say if we had um well, okay, this is a good way to break it down. So if we had like 5 in the um one the x axis, then it would move, I'm pretty sure, 5 SPS, which stands for studs per second, I'm pretty sure, in the x axis. And same thing with the other ones, but Z is kind of complicated. But yeah. And what is this? Okay, I don't know what that is. Sorry. I can't do anything about that. And tags and attributes, I don't really use those, so I don't know what that's for. Okay, so to change anything in a script, then basically all we have to do is just go here. We got a script, and then we're gonna type. So first, we gotta make something useful, and this would be explained in another video. But I'll just type out a little script to make this change its name. So yeah. Okay, so automatically on start, it would find the part. So from workspace, and then it'll go in here, and it'll find basic part, and then it'll change that name to he. It worked. And you can do anything else with that. Like you can set, like if it's an XYZ, then all you have to do is like put, if it's like a velocity thing, then you have to put a certain thing like X, Y, and Z. But that would be explained in the video. But yeah. So that was all of episode 2 of learning how to change, well, learning properties and how to change them. So yeah, bye and see y'all in the next video that I make, which would be episode 3 of this. So yeah, bye.